Welcome to Families and Relationship YouTube channel today. Today we want to talk about pregnancy, signs, symptoms, and how pregnancy feels in a woman. So we just want to talk from experience. The purpose of this is just to share and so that those who are just coming into the marriage circle can get prepared. So I welcome you again to Families and Relationship YouTube channel. This is Mrs. Adetutun, and this is Adetutun speaking. So we're going to start now by asking, definitely I am not the one carrying the pregnancy. She is the one that have carried pregnancy in the time past. So we're just going to be sharing and asking questions and responding. So come along with us, and I'm sure that you're going to learn some things. So, Ms. Adetutun, I welcome you to the Families and Relationships YouTube channel after a long time. And as you have heard today, we are talking about pregnancy challenges and many other issues related to pregnancy. So I want to just share with viewers what are the challenges that a woman encounters when she's pregnant.
Hello viewers, good evening. Very long time. Well, pregnancy is a very good thing. It's a joyful period, and it is what every woman wants, to experience in life. And it's a thing of joy, so to say. So, and the symptoms of pregnancy varies. It depends on individual body. Some people, they have normally everybody has morning sickness, but the morning sickness is it also depends on individual body. Some, their own morning sickness starts maybe after a month or 2 months, 3 months, it depends. While some, they will not even have what they call morning sickness. Some maybe it's after 4 months that they will feel like say for instance, when I had my first pregnancy, I never knew I was even pregnant, not until maybe after a month and a half or 2 months. So it started the movement I knew I was pregnant. It started fine. Maybe I did test, though I was having different I was feeling weak, sick and the like. But it was when I did the test, that was when the morning sickness started. That was when, and to me, like maybe because of what I've had, sometimes because some things people they will have heard that when you are pregnant you'll be this, you'll not be able to eat, you not. So maybe because of what I've had, and maybe that was why I couldn't eat really. Before I was eating though, I was I was okay. But immediately I knew I was pregnant like this, the morning sickness started. So vomiting and in fact loss of appetite and so many things began to happen. So thank God, after about 3 to 4 months, normally after 4 months some people will be okay. And I just remember that I used to have there's one of my auntie. I don't think from the big, maybe she had morning sickness, so I don't know. But when I knew that she was pregnant, till she put to bed, the day she wanted to give birth, she went to farm. Do you understand? And she gave birth. She was so strong. So, and it's like all her 4 children, she was very strong. So that's her own side of the story. Do you understand? Then myself, during the first pregnancy, it was when I knew I was pregnant that the morning sickness started. The second born started, in fact, I can say the very month also that I knew I was pregnant. You understand? So then, like the third born, the something changed. Do you understand? At times as you are growing also, so the something changed. In fact, I can say almost throughout the pregnancy I was having different challenging. The last born too, it was the same. In fact, now was even to God be the glory. Then and some people too, during the first 3 months they might not experience anything. I know someone also that during her pregnancy she has to barb her hair. Do you understand? She barb her hair because she said she hardly eats at home. Whenever she wants to eat, they used to buy food for her from outside. In as much as she perceive the aroma of the food like this, she will start vomiting and the like. So it varies. It depends on individual body. Do you understand how the body reacts to the pregnancy?
Okay, thank you. Now, the way the body reacts, how are you able to, when you started feeling morning sickness and started feeling weak, how are you able to manage yourself so that you can be able to weather the storm?
Yes, the firstborn, by the time I discover I was pregnant and the symptoms, there I was very close to my mom, then a friend of mine there too. So to eat, I can't eat anything without there is a particular drinks that I used to take then. If I have a particular cup, so I will pour the drink there. So and every seconds I will sip the drink. So it was a Mirinda then. So that was my part. That was the favorite drink. So anything I want to take like this food, though, if I did not take it, I will throw up. Then maybe when the pregnant was about 5 months, 6 months, it changes. So I was taking another milk, and there is a particular biscuit there, good morning biscuits. But when I put to bed, they called those that knows me very well, my colleague in where I was working, called her, hey, Mickey and biscuit, because it was biscuits and milk I normally take. So after taking it, even if I don't eat any other food, I'm okay. So I will not throw up. At least it renews my strength. So then I take fruits also. I think that was the first born. That was how I was able to. So but when I had the second born, I cannot take drink. I was afraid even to take any kind of drink. In fact, the drink I don't like seeing then was milk, then Vigil milk. Then I love taking Parago. I said
that's a kind of sweet.
That's a kind of sweet,
Or chocolate.
But anything till I put to bed is Parago. I must take Parago every day. Do you understand? It was as if it was the Parago that impregnated me. So I must take Parago. So when I had the third pregnancy, I don't think I was taking something serious then. But the last one is bitter leaf and garri. I must drink garri even in the morning. You see me taking garri morning, afternoon, and evening. So I must take garri. Then bitter leaf. The bitter leaf, I will take the leaf, dry the leaf, and I'll be putting it in my mouth. So it's not that there is no food, but that's what I just feel like.
That's what you feel comfortable
with. So if I size food, so when I'm even selling it, to be as if what are they eating? So me, I will take garri and drink. Do you understand? So it's God really helped me during that period. But each child has their own difference and peculiarities, and God really helped me then.
Okay, now different people, different stroke for different people. Now, when you became pregnant, were you afraid? Because some people, we've had stories of some people passing away and crossing to the other side at the point of delivery or so. So were you afraid at any time about delivery? Were you afraid? Did you panic?
Well, when I had my first pregnancy, before then I read a particular book from everyone, from my aunt. I saw the book, maybe I was arranging a store, something like that. So I came across the book, so I read that book. Then so when I had pregnancy, in fact before I got, maybe after, I can't really remember, but I just told
we bought it
my
also.
husband about the book. Then we bought the book. So then we had some other books too, delivery, labor, and then the stages. In every woman it has stages, the symptoms and some things during labor, how to, when you the labor's these symptoms and all those things. So I read every part, every, after my Bible, I can say every woman is the next book I read. Then I prayed. Do you understand? I was not really afraid. I can say during the first pregnancy I was not really afraid till the delivery period. Then I can remember that before the delivery, maybe a week to that time, I went, though I had series of dreams, so which I told one of my pastors, and he prayed for me, and he said it's normal for pregnant woman to be having different dreams. Then I remember what he told us then, that any dream we have, we should try as much as possible and remember that dream. Then when we wake up, we pray against it. Then I told him some about that. He prayed for me. So because I have God and I believe in my God, so it's God's favor. It's not because I'm righteous or so holy or I know how to push. And I remember the first pregnancy when I wanted to give birth to the baby. Maybe it's another paper, I don't know. Now let's give birth to the baby. The contraction started a week before that time. So we went to the hospital. And getting there, the doctor checked, and the doctor was like, no, nothing. That is the first, they call it forced labor or something like that. So we went back home. Then I took the book again. I read it again. So I discovered that truly it's usually happened. So then I read about it again. That was discovered that for you to know the real labor, you will see show. That is a mucor, in form of mucor, then a stain with blood. So when it happened that very day, I wanted to put to bed. It was in the morning around 8-9 thereabout on Saturday. So went to the hospital, and when we got there, they said something is still far. The way they used to check, I was checked and they said it's still far. So I go to bed in the night, but with so much pain and the like. Initially, I was afraid. You understand? And what scared me most was when the first doctor that was to take the delivery, the way she was doing, I was like, this woman, this and that. But thank God, there is a particular doctor I wanted, and it happened that he was the one that took over
on
duty that evening. So when he came, the first doctor was making me to be afraid that this woman, I don't think she'll be able to deliver on her own, this and that. But when that one came, truly that one also said similar thing, because my baby was very big. She was almost 4 kg. So I'm being the firstborn, and I've been in labor since maybe 9 or 10 thereabouts till around 7:30. The contraction was so much and everything. So already I was even getting tired. So when the second doctor now said maybe we should call a surgeon, something like that. So that was what scared me. I was like, God, surgeon, hey, please. That is really scary, because I believe then is that
they already called him.
In fact, the man has even called him. So I was like, God, I now face the word. I remember I faced the word. I was like, God, if I have sinned, just have mercy upon me. Then I remember what the pastor said. I said, if truly this man that said this, that I'm going to deliver without any inch, if he's your servant, I want you to do that miracle. So the surgeon has been called upon. So it's like he said, then we're in Lagos. So he said, the traffic is much that he's going to take a bike and the like. So but the nurse, one of them just came to check me again. She now said she saw one black, something like air like the baby hair. So she called the doctor. Then the doctor now said, yes, the baby is coming. So and that was how God just did it. Though they were out, they had to cut and like, so then the baby came out and they had to call the surgeon. That still God has, in fact, it was right there that the woman named my firstborn Miracle, because in fact, so I can say firstborn, I was not really afraid. Then the second born, he was even very big, 4 kg. So I was, to be sincere, during his own period, I was afraid. A lot of things came up that, but to God be the glory. The third born is a real miracle, because the contraction started in the midnight around 2. So, but I've had experience. Do you understand? Then I've asked people. During the first born, the kind of exposure experience I had was so little. Then during the second born too, the exposure was not so much. Though I was reading Every Woman, and at times I go online. But during the third born, I've moved with other women too. I've heard their stories and the like. And there's one of my colleagues where I work then said, whenever she's getting closer to the delivery period, this is what she will take this, she will take this, she will do this. I said, okay. So and I wanted to give birth to my third born, I did exactly what the woman said. I bathed with warm water, took warm water, and a lot of exercise, which I did not do during the first and the second born. So on getting to the hospital that day around the maybe 11 or there, around the midnight, on getting there, in fact the doctor was sleeping. So I was like, you, this and that, is a man. So he got up. In fact, he asked me to lie down before the doctor put on their apron, or what's it called. I was pushing already. The doctor was like, madam, hold on. Before, in fact, the baby just came out. It was so simple, so in fact very smooth. Though during the pregnancy, a lot of weakness, this and that also, but the delivery was smooth. The last born too, the delivery was smooth also. Not, I don't think there is so much issue. Though I went to the hospital earlier because my husband was afraid. He was like, the way you are doing, you don't come and deliver in the house, this and that. So you just have to go to the hospital. But when I got there, I was already at is it 6 point something, 6 or 7 point something. So the baby too, the delivery was okay. Though I was afraid, to be sincere. We hear a lot of things, but with prayer and the support from my husband and faith in God, to God be the glory.
Okay, so thank you for that explanation. That on what everything, I hope viewers, you are learning and you are gaining from everything that she's saying. The essence of this video is just to share our experiences, and we are going to be bringing some families also to share their experiences about the different things, practical things. This is not just theory, reading something in the book and telling you, but this is real life experience. So if you have any question or any comment, you can drop it in the comment section of this video, and we are going to come to you again in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.